It's week 4 of the National Football League, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Saints and the Falcons coming up next.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. Set for a good matchup in the NFC South. So glad you were with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. Greg, this is a division you know a lot about, and the rivalries within this division always kind of gives you a good game when it's NFC South against NFC South.
Yeah, and this is a division, Mike, that I've lived in for a long time in my career. And at one point, you can make the argument that it was the best division in football. But right now, it's the quarterback uncertainty. Do we have the quarterback of our future? Did we just draft one? Did we just sign one? What does that look like?
The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go here in Atlanta. On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Falcons set to take over here on offense. They'll be led out by the lefty from the University of Washington. It's Michael Penix.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Now Penix to throw in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
You work all week on this opening script, and the entire idea, Mike, is to get off to a good start, establish some rhythm, both run and pass, and settle everybody in. Well, I think it's pretty safe to say that opening script plan has not gone according to plan.
Crazy. Pretty good effort on that one. It will not be enough. It's going to bring up fourth down.
I don't care what defensive strategy you apply here on third and real long, Mike, but you have to tackle in space. They almost let this guy pick up enough after the catch to convert a third and real long. Fortunately for them, they brought him down just short. Brings up fourth down.
So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
And he's coming off a game where he was pretty much held in check for the majority of the contest. He had a couple nice throws here and there, and I think that's what gives this team hope that he is the quarterback for the future, Mike, because when he's on, it looks like big boy football. The problem is they just don't see it enough. He didn't get into any sort of established rhythm, never found the end zone, and of course he had the one interception. I think today, get him off to a good start. Get an idea of what the defense is looking to do to counter you and find some easy layups to get this quarterback going. I think last week they weren't able to do it, and if they don't find early success today, I have a feeling the result might not be all that different.
Here's a 3rd and 10. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Sacks are drive killers. There is no greater correlation between a defense getting off the field and the ability to rush the quarterback. And when they come on third down, that number just goes up.
So on fourth down, they'll turn to Lou Hedley here to punt as he's standing right around his own goal line. That's taken in at the 50. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Falcons offense ready to see the football for the second time. They'll start with a short field, looking for the first points of this contest, and they'll begin 1st and 10. Man open is Jones. He's got it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now the second-year man out of Texas, Bijan Robinson. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Penix. Complete. Former first-round pick Drake London with the catch. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here is Penix. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. Koo's kick is good. And the Falcons are out to an early 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. One of the tight ends in motion right. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. 3rd and 5. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Throw right side to Olave.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw again. Now a short one caught by the tight end Johnson. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. Throw left side, taken in by Thomas. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. Here's Lou Hedley now. He's on for the 2nd time. We'll try to get something inside the 10. A fair catch taken here. And it's going to come right at the 15-yard line. The Falcons offense ready to get back to work. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. There's Kyle Pitts with the grab. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Back to throw. Here's Penix. He's going to run it. And he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play. Here's 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. They're going to go play action with Penix. He'll run again. And the rookie gives himself up there at the end. That's a sign of a guy who's learned it quick, picking up the 1st down. They'll throw. It's Penix. He'll get that one to Patterson, complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. 1st down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Nice run that time, and Bijan Robinson, I mean, what can you say, Mike, about his rookie season? Over 1,400 yards from scrimmage, and you know what the crazy part is? I think there's a lot of room for him to continue to improve, both himself and the system that he's operating in. How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Looking to keep a promising drive alive. It is 3rd and a yard. And that is incomplete.
Just a couple plays ago, Mike, it felt like a touchdown was kind of inevitable. They were doing everything they wanted as they marched the length of the field, and then as they got down here close to the red zone and that field condenses, they started getting sloppy in their execution. Now, what do they do on 4th down? Do they try to keep their offense out there and extend the drive, or do they settle for 3? Well, that play had no chance from the start. The running back was not even able to make it back to the original line of scrimmage. Give credit to that defensive line. That was an incredible effort, forcing that 4th down stop.
Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. So just a lone field goal in the 1st quarter of play. It's the Falcons with the early lead. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. On the give, this is Kamara. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson. They get 12 yards on that pass. It's good for a Saints 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, Really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Left side into the hands of Olave.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's 1st and 10. They'll go again here with Kamara. He'll take this ahead. It's a pickup of 3. A.J. Terrell up for the tackle. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. He'll get this out quickly to Olave. He's going nowhere, losing yardage on that play. Converted twice on 3rd down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a 3rd time? Back to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. The Falcons offense about ready to take over once more. They'll have a long field ahead of them as they start 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Another run here for Robinson. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. London brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. Hey, that ought to be enough. Yeah, he's got the 1st down up to the 25-yard line. On the ground, here comes Patterson. And he goes forward. Good gain on that one. Pickup of 8 out to the 33-yard line. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. London brought in motion. On the give, it's Robinson. And he's going to get it. 1st down, taking this one up past the 40-yard line.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. On 2nd down, Penix. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. It is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Penix. And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. Now a fair catch, and it's going to be a long field. They'll take over right about their own 13. The Saints offense ready for this next possession. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. It's a give now to Kamara. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. They'll throw out of the gun. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's a toss to the right for Kamara. And that's good run support on the edge. Nice tackle out wide. That'll hold him to a gain of 2. Here's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Kamara. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch signaled, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Here's Bijan Robinson, and the Falcon offense set for their next drive. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. On the carry, it's Patterson. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Pete Werner there to make the tackle. Here's 2nd and 6. They'll go play action. Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Saints have got it. Well, the ball comes out, and the scramble for it, it ends up becoming a turnover, and the offense walks off the field disappointed with that fumble.
Mike, when you look at a stat sheet at the end of the game and you want to determine which team wins and which team loses, at the top of the list is ball security. Which team does a better job protecting it and which team does a better job taking it away.
After that fumble recovery, a big opportunity here. 1st and goal. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's his 2nd touchdown of the year. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
After the touchdown, it's Groupie to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Falcons offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The next drive about to get going. We're going to take a moment here to let you know what's coming up in prime time this week. Starting tonight, it's Sunday Night Football, one of the best games of the opening month of the season. Bills and Ravens from Baltimore, and then another double bill on Monday Night Football as the Titans and Dolphins meet in Miami at 7:30 Eastern, followed by the Seahawks and Lions 45 minutes later with the kickoff in Detroit at 8:15 Eastern Time. Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. To the left side in the hands of London. 3rd and 6. Pitts is the man in motion. On 3rd down, Penix. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. He's going to have the 1st down. And that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
7-3 is the score, with 2 minutes to play in the 1st half. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. To throw again, it's Penix. That one taken in by London. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. Set to go now on 1st and 10. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. He'll go left side here and complete this one. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. Again, it's Penix. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Falcons go ahead and take their second timeout, and they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Robinson.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be a pickup of 3. So we've reached the intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. The second half, straight ahead. Time to get back to it. And for the call, let's rejoin Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Cooks going in motion. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man, that's the veteran Cooks. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Cooks going in motion. They'll run on first down with Kamara. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Throwing now from the gun. Got his man. That's Graham. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down. It'll be a run out of the gun with Kamara. The Saints lining up in punt formation, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 15. The home team's offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10.
That's one of those plays where you come off the field, Mike, and you're getting a lot of high fives. Hey, good job. But then that secondary's coach pulls you over to the side and says, hey, nice play. But next time, let's come away with the pick.
Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. A dive and a catch. Incredible. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down, Atlanta.
You just love to see this effort, especially on third down. You understand, you want to keep this possession alive. You have to do everything in your power sometimes to bail out your quarterback, and it's exactly what he does here, and it brings up a fresh set of downs.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. Throwing again, it's Penix. That's caught right side. It's London. 3rd and a yard. London brought in motion. On third down, it's Robinson. And he'll get to the 48, and that's going to be good enough. It'll pick up a first down. They'll go again with Robinson. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. On the option, here's Robinson. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down. From the gun, here is Penix. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5. They'll run here with Patterson. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
It's been a really nice drive they've been able to put together, Mike, and I think the key word is balance. Not having to rely too heavily on either the run or the pass. Continue to mix it up, going back and forth. Keep the defense off balance. A lot of success.
Now the lefty Penix on first down. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. From the gun, It's Penix. He's got it at about the 8.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Michael Penix. Touchdown, Atlanta. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So out is Coop. He'll kick this one away after the touchdown. He fields it at the 8. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Saints offense and veteran Alvin Kamara set to take over once more. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. He'll drop to throw. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Cooks. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. On the ground, it's Kamara. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. He'll look to throw. Our throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. Third down coming up. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
We're starting to see a lot of this on third down, Mike, where they're going to rely on the run after catch to pick up these third down conversions. You know what that depends on? You have to actually complete the ball. And in this case, it falls incomplete, brings up 4th down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a 1st down. From the gun, here's a handoff.
Great job by the defense here, quickly realizing that this was going to be a draw. They're not caught off guard thinking that they're defending the pass. They're able to not only get in there for a stop, but they're able to take them down in the backfield for a loss.
He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Penix will set up the screen to Patterson. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play and a 1st down.
The job of the offensive lineman is the key piece to a successful screenplay. They have to balance this fine line between stopping the defensive lineman from getting to the quarterback too quick, but also let that defensive lineman think he's got a free rush at the quarterback. That's the balance and the timing that made this play so successful, and they're able to pick up the first down.
This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll bring up second down. He'll get this out wide. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Penix going to throw again. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Kamara. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23. They're going to go right back to Kamara. And he'll pick his way forward, a gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That is caught. Hooks gets the grab. A gain of 11 on that one. 1st down, New Orleans.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the 4th quarter, Mike, facing a tough 3rd down. You've got to have it. But you know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Pass is caught by Olave. On the give, this is Kamara. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Brandon Cooks with that pass. And that'll set up 4th down. The Saints will punt this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. The home team's offense and Michael Penix getting ready for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. This one's going to be taken in over the middle. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Give to Robinson from the pistol. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one. Now a 3rd and 2. London brought in motion. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. And he's not going to get there again. Same player, same result. No gain, and now it's 4th down.
Great job here by this linebacker, Mike. There was no reading and reacting. From the snap, he was attacking. Meets the ball carrier right at the line of scrimmage. No gain.
The Falcons getting their punter out there as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Saints offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. A give up the middle with Kamara. This will be a Saints 1st down as he gets this up to the 42.
Nice pick up there from Kamara, and when you think about his career, Mike, the fact that for 7 straight years he's over 1,100 yards from scrimmage, that's the consistency. That's the ability to impact the game both as a runner and as a receiver that really makes him stand out from a lot of the other running backs in the league.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Throw right side to Olave. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here 1st and 10. He'll get this out quickly to Olave. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Back to the air one more time. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. This one hauled in by Thomas. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a 1st down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. That'll be batted down.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
So a pressure kick coming here for Blake Grupe. This to tie things up here in the 4th. And this one right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins 1st and 10.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Calvin Ridley was the intended receiver, and it's going to bring up 4th down. The Falcons send their punting unit out. Important punt here in this tie game late. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The visitors' offense headed back to take over once more. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with 1st and 10. Second down and 3. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
The Falcons offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Pitts is the man in motion. On the RPO, a pass taken by Ridley. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. This is intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he's going to give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you, and sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
This is 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Here's 2nd down. Here's Kamara. And he's going to pick up the 1st down. Tackle made right at the 20-yard line. Kamara. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Williams, the tight end, is in motion. They'll stick to the ground. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal. He's inside the 10, down to the 7-yard line. They'll run here with Kamara. Down to the 4, it'll be 2nd and goal. Now the Falcons will use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll get together prior to this 2nd down play. Cooks going in motion. Again, it'll be Kamara. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. They'll motion their tight end Johnson. They'll try and run. Here's Kamara. And he is not going to get in. They make the tackle at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 4th and goal.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
They'll come up for 1st and 10. Here we go. One final play. And that's going to be incomplete. The defense holds here in the final minute, and they're going to get out of here with a victory. So this one a win for the visiting Saints. They get themselves into field goal range for one final shot. The kicker delivers. They avoid overtime and come away with a 3-point victory. And that'll do it for my partner Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.